Zoopy-doo, wah, zoopy-doo-ba-doo. Some fantastic noises to kick off the stream with, if indeed I can be heard. I'm not sure at this phase, because this stream is highly experimental, for reasons that you will discover forthwith if indeed you're watching. Bear with, I just need to... Yeah, I didn't actually tweet out the stream, so I'm doing that now. There we go. I could be heard! Hallelujah! As opposed to only slightly-luya, you know? Where you're... I don't need to explain myself to you! So... Currently, I have Minecraft sort of blasting in my ear holes, so I need to... reduce it a bit so that it doesn't sound quite so plengerous. So yes, this shall be an Minecraft strimstram snaddery-dang pinkety-ponkety-poo. As a means of experimenting, you know, there is a chance that some of my friends will be able to join me. I don't know if they will, because 2 of them don't have the game yet, and 2 of them have lives. Which flavour are you in your personal friend group? But 2 of them do have the game and not yet, and 2 of them don't have the game yet. So they might join, they might not, is the bottom line here. And also, it's just kind of a way of testing... But just had to... I had a pop-up that made a strange flavour. Yeah. This is partially just me testing that I am able to stream this and people have interest in it whatsoever. Because there's a very real chance that no one gives a dang. Niels was playing Pong. Man's got taste. I approve. I once coded a really basic, like, interpretation of Pong, and clearly, I will have to stream that at some point, unless I already have. I don't remember. Anyway, just sort of beverlying for a moment here, because I have to go to a separate website to tell the server, hey server, exist. And so now we're just waiting for it to start existing, and then we can plank over to the game, and everything will be proob. So how are y'all doing? I have a hand. We have the lampshade. This time next week, we'll know Albania's song, I think. I think? The Eurovision season be starting, fam! I don't know if I'm ready. I am ready. I'm not ready. I'm both ready and not ready at the same time, because, see if I can actually show... Like, over there, that's where I stand to record the videos, and, like, I have boxes in the way, so I sort of can't, like... I can't actually stand there at the moment, so I'm presently unable to record reviews, but obviously, oh, I just got a ping in the face. Yeah, I will be able to, I will move stuff such that I am able to record when the time comes. Anyway, having shumfled everything around us... oh yeah, I was on top of a tree. This is not a favourable place to be at this juncture. Where am I? I need to do a couple of things here. Boop the game audio on, go to Discord, dive into the thing in case people exist. Doop, boop, boop, boop. Got all my windows up. Okay, let's go on a fantastic journey, fam. Sponge bong hemp pants, sure. Right, where actually am I? If indeed anywhere. Because I sort of, like, this isn't a new world by any means. Right, okay, that's, pardon me while I get my bearings. It's been a while since I've played on this world. So that's -X, that's -Z, +Z, okay. So I need to sort of head in this direction vaguely. Because, yeah, last time I played on this world, I went on a bit of a magical journey of over time and space, just to see if I could find anything of value. And that's where I left off when last we stopped playing. So, right, audio-wise, how is everything? And generally speaking, how is everything? Because I have never streamed Minecraft before, so I don't know if this looks good, if it sounds good, if it tastes good. You know, let me know, y'all. You know, slide to the right, y'all bridesmaids. How are you feeling? I thrive on your inward pudding. Everything's good, allegedly. But why should I believe you? You're Croatian. I don't like that. That was just me being 50 Shades of random. Now, I have word that in approximately an hour, Heather and Stevia will be able to join us, which is great because she has been absent from my streams for entirely too many years. Don't mind me just sort of running along the treetops, by the way. It's nighttime. It's entirely nighttime. It is completely the dead of death of night. There's a skeleton down there that might murder me in the face if I exist in its line of sight. Where are we? 8:35:66. That's... I think I've overshot the Z, actually. Wait. Okay, so I need negative X, negative Z now. If I knew where I were going, I would haddock. So yeah, if I was having a nice and pleasant evening, and I must once again ask concerning the sound balance, because I did have to turn the game down in my ears before I started, so I'm assuming that the audio at the moment is acceptable. And it's just occurred to me, I don't know how YouTube feels about the Minecraft music. Like, is it going to be like, BWAP! You've angered the copyright children. They're going to haunt your corn. Why isn't there corn in Minecraft? Like, the band or the vegetable, I'm not fussy. Actually, I tell a lie, I'm incredibly fussy. Well, no, I'm discerning. Yeah. Why is it still nighttime? It's like, if Ghost Trick Phantom Detective had been more of a meme than it is, then time is passing, but it's not. Wait, I know I need my Z value to be minus 612. Wait, hang on a minute. I'm more or less in the right place, then. I don't even remember, like, I know I had to go to a certain set of coordinates, but I don't remember what's allegedly here. So, 7... down there, somehow. Do pardon me, like, bringing up the HUD every now and then. It's just my only way of keeping track of where I be. There does not appear to be anything here, but hey, I have my stuff. Hi, by the way, I am Steve, but coloured strangely. So... I shall munch and berry, and see what comes of it. But the important question... Ah, Tristan is here! I feel so loved already. What? Okay, that's just... Look into the distance, like... What's that? It's just dirt, Tess. Calm down. Dirt has never been so exciting. I think there may be something of value in that. Is that a hole? Have I found a hole? Do I know the secret of even before? How I walk down tree. Oh! Oh yeah, that's something else that you may or may not know about me. I make very strange noises when playing this game. I did not bring any bloody torches. Well... I'll just have a poke around down here in the vague hopes that I find something of flavours. I'm hoping this is coming through on the stream okay as well, because it's dark and I forgot torches. Which is just the best thing to do when you go into a cave, I'm aware. Oh! I think this may be what I was aware of. Part of me was afraid of, like, what if we accidentally stumble upon, I don't know, like an underground stronghold or something? Fortunately, it just seems to be one of those, spare portals, and by spare I mean ruined. Because the truth is, of the, people who have, like, flavorful access to this server, I probably know the comparative most about the game, and that's comparatively speaking. Followed by SuperAlex641, who may or may not be joining. I'm not sure. He tends to get a little bit of the stage frighties when it comes to joining me on streams. So, we'll see if he turns up. He might not do. But yeah, he knows at least a bit about the game. And then, Europe Scalo 8 doesn't have the game yet, but I've said to her, you know, read up about it, and I'll talk to Santa. And Heather and Stevia, I'm not sure how much she does know, but they're the people with access. And they might join, they might also not. Also, I'm trying to remember, what do we need on this server? Because we've been playing on this server... Had a moment there, I thought I was going to get crushed by gravel. Ah! Oh! You'd think that I'm doing this ironically. I'm really not. Like, I genuinely... Why is this underground? Why does this exist? Just deal with that lava. Because I've been playing a lot of my own personal world lately. Because, having played this server world, I got back into it. Okay, that happened. What? 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 What happened? Where'd the gold go? The joys of playing on a server, ladies and gentle soups. What just... and now I have the gold. Sure, okay. Yeah, because I'm playing on my personal world, I don't remember what we do and don't have on this world. Like, first of all, who's hiding around this inevitable corner to try to murder my face? Surprisingly, very little. Works for me. Oh. Blocks of magma, very useful for searching in the sea, as I recall from playing on my personal world. So I'll check that chest in a hot sec. I'm just going to grab this iron, because everybody loves a good iron. It's healthy for you. Horse armor, an apple, that... Obsidian, we've not had that in a hot flavor of time. And I know back at the house, I believe, which the next big thing is working out how the hell we get back to that. I have a shovel that has a mending enchantment on it, and I had to look up recently how that actually functions. Irony. Okay, first of all, how do I leave? Second of all, am I going to die on the way? Right, okay, I must have fallen down that hole. There's a lot of growling and grumbersome going on. Are people, like, enjoying this, by the way? Because, as I said at the top of the stream, I know it's a little bit of a controversial pick on my part to be, having a time like this. Because I know it's not for everyone, and I don't know if people will be entertained by my take on the game, but... Oh! Baby! I'd say, why are you on fire? But then I remembered I have a fire aspect sword. Children, please. Why are there so many of you? Where are you all coming from? No. Go away, child. Just let me feed. Okay. Ah! Just give me a second to heal, okay, children? Oh! As previously established, I make noises. I don't want to die. I want to get this stuff back to the house safely. Clearly, you're not going to allow that. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Yep. Oh, well. Okay. On the plus side, that gets us back to the house. Okay. That could have gone better than it did, but that's okay. I have a very anal storage system. I appear to not have any spare weaponry. If I had a spare sword, where would I put it? Oh. So, Minecraft is chill. Literally, 10 seconds later, fucking dies. It's fine. Now, I don't know how long that stuff is going to last out there, because I know that Minecraft has this limit of things despawn if they're left alone for 5 minutes. I don't know if that applies to... Because I know that, for whatever reason, that doesn't apply to the game that I've been playing, like, on my own. Okay, first of all, minus 100 teens, minus 3... Oh. Minus 3... Okay, where was I previously? Tristan, thank you so many years for reminding me of the torches. I am a weapons-grade idiot. You fools, I have deceived you into thinking that I'm smart. Now, where was I? 775612. And that is... wait. Where was it? Okay, minus 612. So, negative Z. And positive X. Okay, this way. It applies if chunks loaded. That's good. It's good that I died so far away from where I live. Right then, I'll just head back in this direction with the ugly-ass HUD, like, going on the screen. Moment there where I forgot. Hey, why isn't the sea here? Because, Tess, you're not playing on your personal world right now! Hey. The funny thing as well is... So, baby zombies aren't that common. So to be set upon by an entire cluster child of children. Like, why could that not have happened before I got a load of valuable stuff onto and amongst my personage? And I'll need to have this HUD up, because otherwise there's no way in hell I'll be able to find where I just was. And I do need to find a house. Not to be confused with the house I was just in, because that is our house. I built that house myself, by the way. Like, literally, I started up this world, like, about half an hour into me playing on this world, Superlex641 joined, and we sort of existed for a while, and I built that house. I planned it, I builded it, it was a fantastic time for all involved, and I will give you the grand tour just as soon as I retrieve my stuff. Boy, I thought that was a hole, it was not a hole, everything's good with the universe. I still had to go, like, 500 units in a distance, though. I need to retrieve the iron. Oh, the iron knee. As a child, I thought that irony was pronounced irony, and I thought that irony was just an American way of saying it. So, blame the Cramp Twins for that one. Okay, hang on a minute. I had to keep checking the coordinates. Oh, 775612. I overshot. Now, at some point, I'm going to be able to look at the chat just long enough to see the thing that... Heat up a metal object in the magma... Trista, that requires common sense to apply. Everything's cubes. Nothing's common about these senses. Sniff, sniff. Yell and sniff. Okay, now we just need to keep going this way. Alpacas! Alpaca my bags. How far years away did I go? And one thing that tickles me is, like, I did have at least some flavours of concern that people would think that I'm hamming up my reaction noises for the camera or the Discord call, as it may well be. But no, and if anyone else joins the call, they can corroborate. I really do make just the strangest noises when playing this game. Like, even when I'm playing by myself, there'll just be this occasional, oh, kind of noise that just erupts from my vowels. It's like bowels, but instead of... Well, no, I was going to say instead of shit, it's words, but I do talk a lot of crap, so, oh! That's my I nearly walked into a hole noise, just for those who are learning Tesperanto. Now, the funny thing about sweet berries, it's so easy to accidentally plant them when you're eating them. My apologies, I just didn't want to talk with my mouth full. Trees. Oh, there's trees! Which means that we're nearly-ish there. How dare these zombies have family ties? I must return to the hole. Well, I'm glad that you're glad, because sometimes I say words and then I think to myself, hey, why did you bother saying anything? The world would have been better off without you making such flagratistical face noises, because I don't know, I'm so annoying that I even annoy myself. But this is supposed to be Minecraft and chill, not Minecraft and therapy. We're nearly there. Bees! I know it's been a sort of a pet project of Alex to try and get a beehive closer to home, which is a thing that we can do in theory. We don't currently have the practical means of doing that, but it is an goal for later times. At some point, we'll oh, Enderman. We'll need to have enough, like, diamonds to make an... wait, no, we have an enchanting table. We need more books for the enchanting table, and then we need to get what the house is it called? Silk Touch enhancement, because that... or enchantment, that's the word. Right, is this the hole? I think this is... yeah, this is the hole. I recognize the gravel. Oh! Minecraft bees do indeed trans rights. Oh! Perish, you scalene fuck. Just pop that back into there. Now, which way did I go? Oh, that's not... don't be like that. Okay, never mind. Blow up the iron then. Actually, that just means I could harvest it all the more readily. Oh, no! So yes, which in the house direction money is it, does it? Houses. You're still here! Creeper, oh man. Oh! It's not even intentionally that the Steve oof, it's just... I just go, oh, and then stuff happens. Right, I know I went down a bit. Ah, I recognize this hole in the wall, funnily enough. I didn't bring a pickaxe! Why am I dumb? Why am I self-deprecating? Better than being self-defecating, I suppose. Oh, a hole in the wall where the pants can pee themselves. Okay, this was here. So I went this way, and then that kind of up, and here's my stuff! I did it, and this is where I died. I remember being here. Oh, very rarely does one ever reacquire one's things after a polytryptophan like that. I don't know what polytryptophan is. Don't Google it just in case. Right, any more of my dropped thinguses? It would appear not. Stick a torch down there, because for those who are less familiar with this game's mechanics, stuff... like, okay, monsters spawn in areas where the light level is below a certain value. Because, like, light is measured in numbers, where I believe 15 is the maximum. And, okay, well, you just blow up then. Oh! So if it's too bright, then monsters can't spawn. And sometimes you might want monsters to spawn. Sometimes you might want that to happen. I swear, servers are just more plugular than, I'll just hold on to my meat. Of course, now that having done that, having the sweet berries... okay, the sweet berries restore less in the hunger meter than meat, so it's good for topping oneself off. Well, thank you for the arbitrary compliments at my noise-making, nonetheless just the same. Oh, something else is words that I am... Oh! Oh, I really should apologize for this, and yet here I am. Oh! Stop that. Stop that. Honestly, why am I like this? Oh, good, they're all here. Why am I dying so readily? Why are there more of you? I just got back here. Oh dear. What have I said that could be entendered? Oh! Oh, this game is a laugh a parsec, which is a unit of distance and not time, I believe. But never the house, never the twain shall Memphis. I just want to have stuff that I could bring back to the house so I could say that my unexpected journey was not in the desolation of vain. Oh. Okay. Ah! Ah! Two good things in a row. Accidentally put the ore back down, and then got bloated up. But hey, the creeper unfucked my mistake-le. So that's cool. Now, how do I leave? Because I must. I must and shall. Spadoidle? Come on, you guys aren't cruel most of the time. See, spiders are usually non-aggressive, apart from when they feel like it. Sometimes they do feel like it, and that's sad. And of course, night approacheth. Well, cobble me stone, little strawberry me baby. Pigs and blankets and sausages and ham. And other things you can make using, well, pigs actually. Spidle that I could barely see through the hard. Or the interface, overface, wombling free, I don't know words. Okay, so I need to head vaguely this way till I get back to the teens and not teens. So am I entertaining? Oh, I just remembered the reason why I have so much roast beef in my inventory is because the sword has fire aspect on it, which means that anything I hit with it catches fire, which means that the cows cook themselves when I kill them. Oh, this game is a game. But games... Ah, there's the sun. Is it... Oh, no! Oh, I was going to say, is it coming or going? It's going, but there is a boat. Oh. Oh! I apologize, by the way, if the noises I make are annoying. Because they really do just come completely unbidden. Like, something happens. Oh. Sploosh. Well, I do enjoy dabbling in the mince raft. It's just that... Okay, I think I've been here before, because that was a dark oak forest that I explored. I know at some point I explored a dark oak forest, specifically so that I could gather some oakular resources. There should be a treasure chest in here. The fact there isn't says to me I've probably plundered this vehicle before. But it always merits a check-in stance. Yep, I have been here before. That's fine, I could just stand in this doorway and get my bearings. But yes, I do enjoy dabbling in the, as I often deliberately ironically call it, mince raft. Right. Just keeping track of my numbers so that I don't end up in the wrong place, because I can never remember what the coordinates are for the home base. I know one of them is in the -300s and the other is in the -100 and teens. But I can't recall which is which. And, oh, I've been here before as well, because buried treasure. Ooh. Ha. Of course. I do suckle when it comes to... Maybe suckle isn't the right word here. I do suck somewhat when it comes to doing the buried treasure, because I'm always, like, just on top of it, but not quite close enough to avail myself. Why are there so many monsters? This world is set on the easy difficulty. Nobody loves me, everybody hates me, might as well go and eat egg. Now, did I say eat egg or eat an egg? Oh! The world may never decide. And I don't know if this is a common tactic, but I am fond of just swimming away from trouble. Because I am a swimmy boy. I haven't swum in real life in ages. Which is something of a sad shame. Because but the thing is, I've sort of become a bit too... Now, I say germophobic, as in fear of infection and such like, not a fear of Germans. Just in case that needed clarifying. I should have brought a spare bed just in case, because, like, if you use a bed, it advances nighttime into daytime, but only if everyone on the server uses the beds. So everyone has to be in bed at the same time in order for the beds to actually do their thing. But I'm the only... Oh, that would be a terrible idea in my current state, but let the records show I did find a hole. And it's probably insufferable I keep pulling the coordinates up. That's just how I play. Some people consider it illegitimate to look at the coordinates of where you are because, oh, well, diegetically, you wouldn't have access to it. But I just like knowing where I am. Beds. In the name of the bed, and the holy bed. The bed, the bath, and the beyond. Hey. Yes, I do prefer travelling by sea because monsters are generally worse at travelling through the water, so I could just sort of bypass them by swimming quickly. Swift swim, and it is raining. For better or for worse. Huh. Like, are they actually, or are you just memeing at me at them adding that as a feature? Because that would be astonishingly useful, but at the same time it would look so strange. Like, I'm just doing my thing. Ooh, suddenly the moon has disappeared. It's because Frambo McJemberson of base Flabbergy has set foot in a wooden plank with some cotton on top. Therefore, it is now 6 a.m. Ho! Oh. Because I know that the next major update, which I think is coming, like, summer of next year, I want to say, the whole Caves and... Is it the Caves and Cliffs update? I've seen what they have planned for that, and it looks fascinating. Like, I do have concerns about the, I don't remember what it's called. Not the Arbitrator, but, I know that they're introducing that new monster that is completely blind but exists with a face. And by that I mean the monster that can only see by hearing. Oh, I think I know which trees these are! Which sounds like a strange thing to say. I have a shield. In fact, I have 2 shields! Haha! I just remembered because I picked up the one that I lost. Hello, doggy. If these are the trees that I think they be, then we're near home. But yeah, like, having seen what I've seen of the... Yep, sure enough, look at all that light. Ho! 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 It's magic! The warden, that's it. Yeah, that looks horrifying, and I don't want to fall foul of it in cave exploration and such like. But everything else about the update looks flangulosity. I think I might revamp... This is currently the extent of our food farm at the moment. Because I do... Like, my whole bit with Minecraft is I very much enjoy having... Like, being able to have everything. Well, like, anything that can be farmed, I like having to excess. So first of all, what should I put in my miscellany chest? Am I even using the word miscellany correctly? Answers in the comments below. Right, first of all, I should put on my enchanted stuff. Just for the time being. Yeah, unbreaking, why not? Because it does... Oh yeah, I had golden boots. Yeah, I used to be a creative-only player. Back in yonder past days. And... I don't know, I accidentally discovered the joys of playing in survival as well. And I have a private potato, one single potato, growing in my room. So, just allow me to sort through my stuff, and, Oh, that was an Aqua Affinity cap. Nice. Like, largely, I know, as a society, we share our... Like, we live in a very communist, like, household. Right. Block of gold. Iron. I don't have enough iron to do anything. Iron with... So, wait, that's the iron that I brought with me. Just gonna throw this in there. And I know that technically the blast furnace does cook ores faster, quote-unquote cook. But I want to say that the trade-off is that blast furnace cooks ores faster, but you get less XP for it, I think? Something like that. Anyway, I guess that's technically a raw material. Just accidentally spat on my pop filter, which is lovely. We don't have... Yeah, we don't have a horse. We do have alpacas. I stole those alpacas by accident. Don't worry about the details. I know that we're sort of... Right, it's good to hold on to the rotten flesh these days for reasons that really... You're better off not knowing. Spider eye good for potions. Got more arrows. They can go in the community chest. Go to bed. Go directly to bed. Do not check phone. Do not reply to this text. And I'll put the spare torches back for the time being. Now, how much of this was actually already my stuff? Because the thing with me is, I do like to carry around spare equipment with me wherever I can. And... Ah, yes, there's the poop chest. I call it that. Just sort of have that going for a while. Yeah. Inventory management, the most thrilling part of any Minecraft Let's Play. Yes, we need leather for reasons. We're making a lot of books so we can have an enchanting auditorium on the top floor. In the meantime, though... In the meantime, you could put your mind at ease in the meantime... Okay, I'll just stop existing. Yeah, so... In my personal world, I've actually taken the time and trouble of going, like, sort of off the beaten path to establish a second home base for myself. And part of that has been... I hear someone. I heard a Zamble. Don't tell me they're back in the... I hope not. Okay, so there is a cave system... Well, it's not even a cave system. There's a cave situation under the house, which we only found out after having built our homestead here. And we went into it, I think the last time we played, we went into it and tried to clear it out so that we would no longer have random growling sounds happening under our farm. And it seems like something's got back in there, even though we lit the whole dadgum place up. Yeah, so we have a kelp farm. We have farms of basically everything that's farmable, apart from netherwort at this time. And I am very much inclined to... Also, another personal effect of mine. Sheep of every colour, so you have unlimited wool of every colour without having to expend your dye prospects. And you may have seen in my personal chests, I like having a load of, like sapling starters for every type of tree, and samples of everything. Just, I have a very scientific approach, or a very obsessive approach. I just like being able to farm everything. Just so that, just to have that reassurance that I'll never run out of anything, because I can always make more. See, if vegetarian/veganism was as easy in real life as it is in Minecraft, then, we'd all be pregnant for days. That started out as a sentence. It did not end as a sentence. And I do find there to be plenty of simple joys just in harvesting from one's own farm. But yeah, I am very much inclined to sort of go against expectation and take, like, just a load of our spare fruits and vegetables and, like, start a second, much larger farm just down the way. And I'm planning it out in my head already. But in doing that, I think I'd need a load of fence so I could cordon the place off and keep it safe from monsters. Because this is, like, this little farmscape here, like, we built it really early on, and it doesn't have a lot going for it. It has some things going for it, but not a lot. But we have a lot of things. And things are good, generally speaking. I am so full of bollocks today. And also, we have eggs in the seeds chest because, as I justified it to Alex at the time, eggs are basically chicken seeds, right? Also, we have an automatic potato baker. And hello, everyone. I am Automatic Potato Baker. But I think I'm going to hold on to these so I can plant them later down the way, should it come to that, which it may well do. Oh yeah, I still have this obsidian on me. What's she going to look like with obsidian on her? Like a chimney, but obsidian. I hope this isn't boring, by the way. Just, there's no way that's going to grow, and if it does, it's going to be in a really inconvenient spot. I hope this isn't unentertaining. So anyway, I laid out the foundation for this house, made sure we had 6 identical rooms, one for each of the main players on this server, and then also a guest room just in case. So, Super Alex 641. Like, everyone is responsible for the decoration inside their own room, Apart from, like, when I built the house, I put the torches in all the same places, gave them a double chest and a crafting table. That's what everyone had to work with, and a coloured bed. He has since acquired himself a dog and an armour stand, and I'm not going to look in there. Leave it to your imagination. That carpet is his fault. This carpet was his idea. Everyone has their own assigned colour, and mine was pink. He made it without consulting me, but it's fine because I like pink. So yeah, you've already seen my room. I have colourful signage and such like. And also I put a potted tulip on top of my crafting bench. And also these are composters, but because they have trapdoors on top, I can just sort of climb inside them and yeah, I'm a trash gremlin. And is it not F1, not F2, F4, F5. F5, there we go. F5 is the make camera crazy button. Usually it's the view from second and third person camera, but it doesn't like it when you do that inside of a composter, apparently. I also put a trapdoor on the cauldron, so I can just sort of exist in the water. I am a strange child, I'm aware. Oh, the iron's cooked. Delicious. And for the sake of storage and for no other reason, just stick all those into a bung of houses, throw the spare coal in there, and I think everything else is spoken for. Jolly, and I reiterate, good. Obsidian, we have so much obsidian. Like, Alex really went overboard with his obsidian mining. Pop that coal there. That's why I went into my room, so I could put the saplings away. I'm doing like 5 things at once and just existing my own head face. Oh yeah, we need nylium at some point so I can grow these into samples. Because we found some warped fungus, but not a warped forest. So we have the mushrooms, but not anything to plant them amongst. And in fact, I think warped fungus only grows on green nylium, and we don't have any of that. Anyway, so Heather's room. She might be joining us in about 15 minutes, I'm not sure. But she's not played ever yet, so it's a bit empty in here. This is how the room started. I made a purple bed for her. Everyone picked their own colour, by the way, apart from me, but I'm not complaining because I like the colour I have. Then we have Joth. They've only played once, but they've already made some progress for themselves. Don't mind me just snooping in everyone's rooms. Europe Scalo 8, aka Laura. She's not played yet either, but you know, the trade-off for being upstairs is you don't get a polished stone floor, but you do get some flying pigs. Flying pigs in the distance. You do get some stunning views, including flying pigs, apparently. And then there's the guest room, which is the only one that doesn't have a carpet or anything in the chest or anything at all, because it's a spare room. And also, I put this together. We have the rooftop enchantment plaza. Does it, though? I thought it had to be nylium in order to grow. Also, I feel like I'm not sure if these are placed optimally, but I don't know, it's Alex's problem. Look at all this lapis we have. We have illegal surpluses of lapis. Which, that was something I was talking to Alex about the other day, I think. How, there we go, just had to get down the ladder. Complete mental blank. How, in British English, we pronounce it lapis lazuli, but for whatever reason, Americans pronounce it lapis lazuli, which I suppose makes more sense, like, bearing in mind how it's written. But come on, it sounds silly. Right, do I have anything else I need to drop off? Well, I pop my shield back on. I actually have several spare ominous banners because they keep trying to raid us. You know, these peoples try to fade me. Oh yeah, I forgot. I had a poisonous plater, and we have a local map. We've got grass. It's not quite the nylium I was hoping for. Wait, what do they do with the... Wait, I'm going to carry my bucket. Because on my personal world, I keep a bucket on my person at all times. Don't mind me, I'm just having thoughts, and I'm just going to hold on to my dark oak and sticks for the time being. Just in case inspiration strikes. Woods and goods. Do I have any nether rack of my own, or did I put it all in the computer? I have a nether chest right there! Lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli. Clearly that's the definitive way of pronouncing it. I shall take 1 brackets 1 piece of netherrack, because you'll always end up with too much of that stuff if you go mining in the nether. And it's night time again! To quote Zootropolis, it's night? And you know what? It's rather difficult to plant a mushroom if you don't actually take the mushroom with you. Now... Oh, the pigs are done flying, but now there's several creepers. We have had creeper explosions happen out here before, and I've had to patch up the land on multiple occasionoids. Oh! Fantastic. I'll have to repair that at some point. Get away from my house, he says, knocking the creeper closer to said house. Hey! Well, we have a load of spare ballast in the house, so... just pop these back down. Stop these friends from spawning again. Hey! I can repair the scars on the landscape caused by those exploding children. Right, first of all, the test. Nope, I'm right-clicking, and it will not put. So, that's our answer to that question. We will need some warped nylium in order to plant that, and we got so unlucky with our nether spawn on this world, because there's just nothing as far as the eye can see. In every direction, there is nothing. There's just vast quantities of sweet fuck all. We were lucky to find a crimson forest, like, never mind. Like, I prefer the warped biome, personally, but, you know. It's whatever, we do what we must because we can. Building materials, I shall take the dirt and have an auspiciously fantastic time with it. I'm not sure what auspicious means, I'm not sure I care to find out. Right. Let's plug the holes, tee-hee. See, there's absolutely no obligation for me to be plugging these holes. Say it again, Tess. I'm sure it'll be even less suggestive the second time. I can't even find the second hole now. Oh, there. I lost an entire hole for a while, but then it was fine. Yeah, I think the only thing... Like, the Crimson Forests, the mobs that spawn there are so much more needlessly aggressive. But then the trade-off is the Warp Forests are quieter and more chill, but Endermen spawn there instead. Now, I am thinking thoughts inside my head, which is a good place to keep them, in all fairness. I'm thinking of putting the spare farm back here. And I'm wondering how to go about doing that, because, I mean, we just patched this... Pardon me thinking aloud. What tools do I have at my personal disposal? Did I... Okay, that's my personal one. I put a spare chest under the floor for times like this. Ah, the golden shovel of mending. I knew I had this kicking around somewhere. Okay, so that's something that I should probably work on healing first. How would I go? Ah, of course! Step 1 in doing whatever it is I plan on doing. Holding a shovel and breeding cows. And put that in the offhand so it still gets the benefit of the mending. Because I thought that the mending charm just meant that it repaired itself over time. No, it mends itself using experience orbs. Which I had to look up to find out. But anyway, we're breeding these cows specifically so we can slaughter most of them. But you know, it's whatever. Just... Cows are plenty. Cow chaos. It's poop madness. Oh, my houses. My golden shovel is already fully repaired. So, yeah, the harsh truth of living the Minecraft lifestyle. Sometimes you have cows, sometimes you must breed them for the sake of obtaining leather. And this is one of those sad such times. Oh, someone's here. Or did they?
Hello!
Losbert Mossingdale, the flump and fragile snurdledung. Hi.
Hi! How is you?
Eggs on a raft. Choo-choo.
Eggs on a raft. Okay. Well, I said I'd join for a bit if I was well enough.
Are you well enough?
So yeah.
Huzzah!
Well, I've still got a bit of a headache, but I thought I'd join you for a bit.
Well, I shall help you by being the cause of that headache.
Oh, trust me, work was already the cause of my headache.
Oh, okay.
That's alright. You could just contribute to make it worse.
It's what I do.
Oh, by the way, your Christmas card should come fairly soon-ish, but your present might come just after Christmas.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just flattered that you get me things at all, because I get you things and they're of dubious quality, and then you're like, oh, it's okay, Tess, here's a solid gold cast of a brick from next door's chimney. Or something. Like, you go to all this effort, and I'm just like, hi, you're a friend.
That would work if my next door neighbour actually had a chimney.
Oh.
I'm just like, hi, here's a life-size gold statue of
Serhat.
Nino de Campo.
All the Italian daddies except Serhat is Turkish, but still.
Yes, the great Italian daddies, Gino de Campo, Serhat.
You make it sound like epic rap battles of history.
Epic rap. Yeah, but what do Serhat and Gino de Campo have in common, though?
Italy, except one of them's San Marino.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I watched that special thing where it was Gino, Gordon, and Fred searching for Santa. For some reason, that involved ice swimming.
With or without Wim Hof.
What?
You know, the guy with the nipples who can cut glass from the James Newman's music video. I mean, he doesn't cut glass with his nipples in the music video. It's just he's theoretically capable.
I'm assuming that. Well, I mean,
You know,
there was a scene in that particular program where they were all in a sauna and Gino was completely naked because, of course.
I mean, I was expecting you to say pregnant, and I don't know why.
Yes, Gino is pregnant because secretly, I don't know. Anyway,
Will I get pregnant?
Can you get pregnant? Anyway, I'm gonna go.
This dog.
Yay!
Billy G is also here. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Have a nice life.
Happy Christmas. 'Tis the season, so that was a fun conversation to have had happened. Right, what am I doing with this flim-flam farm? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an aisle of some kind, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hoof. I have plans, you see. I have a shovel, why am I not using it? Just while my golden shuffle is in for repairs. Now, I haven't actually run the numbers, so I'm not sure how many things I'm going to be planting here. But it's just, also, hooray for infinite water sources, because this is... No! This is how physics works in real life. Whoop. Oh. And whoop. Okay. So with that being taken the care of, fill back up on water as well, because it's always good to have a bucket of water on your person, unless you're working with redstone, in which case it's a phenomenally bad idea. Right, I need samples. Oh! Accidentally harvested too much beetroot at once. I'm just going to hold on to as many of the seeds as I can. there, that many carrots will probably be fine. Because, yes, to reiterate, I'm going to have a farm of plantables around the back, just so we can grow more things at once than just our current prerogative, which is clearly the correct usage of that word. Right, so there's 4 things plus wings. Huh. I did not think that farm through very well. But it's me we're talking about, so no one's really surprised. But hey, things are going great. Because what my plan is for, like, the farm that we have over here to carry on operating. You know, it's our farm. I just want to multiply our production output, which is a thing that I'm capable of facilitating. Facilitating? That wasn't funny. Yeah, everything's spoken for there. That's the thing, you can't plant baked potatoes. Whose idea was that? And sleepy times for the Hexagon Man. I wonder if anyone else is going to... I just remembered that I forgot to update the commentary tracker on OBS to show that, hey, a friend was previously here. I meant to say briefly, oh, why do you children keep happening? How do I reach these kids? That's why... Oh, yeah. Okay. Not so much change of plans as suddenly remembering the plans I had previously made and then subsequently forgotten about. Alright, so I'm going to need... probably... 2 fence gates, I'm gonna say. 1 for the near side, 1 for the far side. And then just... an eternity of figure 8 muffins, which is a healthy shape for a muffin to be. Right. Do we have any more sticks? Because if not, then things are dire and tragic and amalgamous. I'm not seeing any sticks in there. We may have to harvest some wood. Hashtag got wood. Yep, no, I am spare stickless in Seattle. Oh yeah, we have a bottle of enchant... well, 2 bottles of enchanting as well. I put them in there so Alex wouldn't find them. Not that I don't trust him, just... I just wanted to make sure that if we used it, it was according to everyone's consent. Right. What should I... how... Good. Put those there, slabadoo. Probably an egregious excess of fences, but it's fine. Making annoying noises with Tess. That's me. Right. Torches, because we're going to need to illuminate the area. And also just peek out of the window hole to see if there are any aggressors in the vicinity. Which there could be. I don't want to have to rebuild my own dang house. Suspicion. So what I shall do is hoe the ground. This should give me an idea of, like, the space I'm working with. And then miss one, and then... yeah. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then... oh, my phone just rumbled at me. Oh. Because for the uninitiated, and there may be some present, for some reason, tilled soil can only hold water if it's within 4 blocks. So, like, if I were to till some soil here, that won't stay tilled because it's not hydrated. I believe is how it works. Just set aside the land mass for the existence of things. I just need to know how to fence places off. Ah, the hoe is dead. Luckily, I have 1 stick. Ugh! Ugh! Luckily, we have loads of tree samples, so it's fine. And zoop, make them out of spruce because we've got a load of spares. And iron because, damn it, I went out there and acquired many of it. Zoop. And zoop. Now we have an even better than previous hoe. Merry Christmas indeed. I saw something strange just sort of boinging on the side of the screen. Then I realized it was just a random speck on my monitor. You see that the thing that I tilled previously to demonstrate has sort of untilled itself because it's not viable for planting on. So that's why I'm organizing it like this. I have a sneaking suspicion I missed a square. Bill is here. How are your women and children? Right. So for this next hole, for my next hole, yeah, 1 thing of path, 1 thing of thing, the place, a hole in the ground. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, oh, we're just gonna have excess of these, I guess. Well, works for me. And I mean, is it, Bill? Does that mathematic like that? Could it really be truth? Because I don't even know if this has been even perspirantly watchable. I'm just having time. I'm just doing me. I'm just hoping for the best, but expecting the worst inevitably. Yeah, part of the reason why I'm doing this is obviously because my friends might join. They might also not. That's their prerogative. But also because I genuinely don't know how people would hypothetically react to Minecraft-related content on my YouTube channel. So this will obviously go up on the YouTubes, and it'll be like... Oh, Bill, I understand those references because those were good songs. And if someone is a friend of mine, then they are a Czech Republic 2019 of you, unless you also know them. In which case, you're a Croatia 2017 to them. Oh! That wasn't meant to happen. Because what I'm thinking here is... plop. Yes, just plop. Just that is the end of that thought. Specifically, just because I'm going to be an anal minstrel, and like cap this off. Because what I plan to do is put the melons and pumpkins over here, but I want to put a path there so that they only grow here. I don't know if paths have that power. I want to believe. I mean, would I, though? And what even content would that be? Because, you know, I'm just out here doing me in my own... Well, this isn't even my Minecraft world. This is the shared server between myself and some of my friends. He says, accidentally putting friends in air quotes. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I usually only... Well, I used to usually only play in creative mode myself. But then I got bitten by the survival bug, and now I be surviving. Oh, I need to wait for that to grass over. And at least put a bit of buffer space here, because otherwise mobs will spawn and they'll be able to just sort of wallock their way by throwing themselves over the fence that I've not even put up yet. Ah, the disrespect of the native creatures of this world. How dare they not respect that everything exists here only for the benefit of myself and nobody else? Right then, let's get to fenculating. Fenestrating, perhaps. Throwing things into a window. And probably fill this hole in as well. I think I'll put a load of fences up, and then once I've put them up, I'll figure out where to put the fence gate. Oh, Bill, how dare your controllers control... Workers, work. This maims them considerably. Furious clicking intensifies in the background. Portably. Sure, why not? It is playing with friends that got me into the survival lifestyle as it is, though. Partly, though, I think experiencing Markiplier doing it as well probably pushed that boat a little bit. Why can't you pathify dirt? Right. So, theoretically, I could just put a grass block down there if it refuses to fuse. So that's all fine. Now, I think... Okay, I'm making plans inside my head. Oh, nearly stood on my own furniture there. And by furniture, I mean whatever it was that I was supposed to say at that juncture. Fence gate there. I'll put another one probably on the far side. I don't know. I'll find somewhere else to put the other gate. But for now, we must snooze once again because there are not enough hours in the day. Never enough. Oh. I could be rebellious and sleep in someone else's room, but that would just feel strange, you feel? Right. I'm aware that there is a certain amount of why the fuck am I watching this to people watching me put together and farm. So we need carrots, potatoes, beetroots, and weed. He says, putting the things in his inventory in his hotbar exactly not in that order. Potatoes and meat and greens and weed. I'll snooze till I gotta hit them next week. And good, nothing appears to have spawned in there overnight, which was the idea. But furthermore, we need to light it up, up, up. Brackets, I'm on fire. Yeah, and light up torches with the ends of each. Yeah, put a torch on every corner, but then also line them up with the middle of each field. I think is what I shall do to make it nice and aestheticular. And there isn't a middle, I don't think, because these are 12. I'll figure out something that looks good later down the fungus. Joke's on you, there are no fungi here. Only me, and I'm depressing and miserable. Oh. And I'm not hamming this up for the camera, by the way. This is more or less how my inner monologue sounds, even when I'm just playing by myself. Obviously, I don't vocalize it when I'm playing by myself, but this is more or less my thought process. Well, I'm enjoying myself anyway. What? No. Go there. Now, the problem with having this like this is this means that someone could just do that. And we don't want that. So I'll have to do a bit of terraforming there, I'm sure. And also here, because then you can just sort of plamp right in. Nothing going on in that direction. I feel like, if anything, if one wanted to come in or go out, it would be more like over here, rather than in the dead center of the field. So, just grab you and put the other fence gate in. Hooray! And since you're approximately Middlemarch, put that there. And what would be a good middle place? A second layer of fences. That would be a good idea. I don't think I have enough fences to do that, though. So, I think I'll just terraform and call it a haggis. Whoop. I think that lines up. It'll do. Right. Next thing's next. organizing what's going in which field. Screw it, this can be beetroot. Why don't you real? Be real. So this is the beetroot field. In this field we plant only beetroots, and on this side, potatoes only. And then we'll just steadily multiply that over time. It'll be great and handangulous. Carrots go in this one. Oh. Now, did I maths correctly, or am I going to end up with a slightly incomplete field? Because, well, my calculations can't be wrong if I don't do any. So there's the carrot field, and finally the wheat field, which is the one that easily grows the most fast speedily. Oh! Well, that's fine. I was going to run to the other side to grab some more specimens to plant anyway. So, seeds and things, and more potatoes, sure. The poisonous potatoes bother me somewhat, though, because you can't do anything with them. You can't even put them in the composters, which is ridiculous, because you would have thought that would be like the one thing they're good for, but apparently not. Oh, I used all the beetroot seeds, because that's the purpose of this entire outing. Right. Seeds. Just grab a fistful of seeds of every flavor. And I guess head back on over. And my next goal after this will be to put some chests out there so that we can specifically have an entire storage system out back for all of our farmed goods, because like our farming chest is only going to withstand so many harvests. But that said, you know, the sugarcane, the bamboo, the cocoa beans, they can stay around here. And I'm not going to, like, as I said, I'm not going to uproot the farm that's already here. But what's going on, Bill? Is a strangeness occurring that I'm unaware of? Because I will try to adclamjicate as best I can, but I can make no promises, because have you heard the way I speak? Anyway, that's the potato field. Just pop some more. It's like tatty bye, but tatty hello. Yeah, I don't see anything peculiar happening. So if that like consternates you at all, Bill, then you can have an egg salad sandwich and call it Beverly Childrenmas. Childrenmas, the festival of babies. Anyway, beetroots. Yes, I'll take sentences I wasn't expecting to say today for 500. Now, the eternal question. Near side or far side for the melons? And then... I don't think that'll be enough. So... I'll be unconventional, put pumpkins on the far side. Like that comic that I know nothing about. But of course. So. Wow, that was nowhere near enough. Luckily I can just invent more. That was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17... 18 and 19, allegedly. 19? Really? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18... yeah. Oh, 19. How about that? I could have just maths that from the beginning. There we go. Just enough seeds of every flavour. And there we go. The farm is mostly complete, apart from the potatoes, which just have to be awkward. So, I'm thinking of like putting in like a storage system somewhere around here, just so you can go off to the side, put stuff away, and have a hangly-pangly old time. So I think that's the next objective. A load of chests. and I do believe I have some. I think I plundered some spares whilst out and about on my travels. Or maybe not. Maybe that was my personal world. I don't know anymore. Nope. Not that I can see. Check again in case they've just spontaneously materialized. Just want to make sure it wasn't nighttime and I hadn't noticed somehow. Surely we have some spares somewhere. Apparently not. Well, bully. But what I can do is take the egregious surplus of bone meal that we have, and by that I mean we have 5 pieces of bone meal, and splungerize with those. Oh! just so I could sort of multiply the potatoes a bit more efficaciously than previously expected. And contrary to what you're seeing, bone meal isn't an instant make the plant older. Like, yeah, sometimes it goes a little bit of the way, but not the full 9 yards. So, you know, it's not as if I'm cheaterating or anything. Yeah. So I'm going to need to... I still have my hoe on me, I'm just a fool. There we go. So I think part of what I'll do, at the very least, is have like a little decorative arch around the entrance and exit, so we can see it more clearly from a distance. You know, we can nagin seda emelt. Would it look... No, that's fine. I think. It's suitably decorative. And... soup. Whoop. 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 Hup. Hup. There we go. I had every intention of just getting more and more annoying with each bounce if it took that long. Torches to illuminate the place. Everybody in the place, let's go. Hoi! Ho! Hoi! Ho! My objective now is to just land on the fence, so that I can walk along the fence and not have to grandle my troubles. See, I was going to put one on each side and leave the middle blank, but actually I think having one in the middle probably for the best. Makes it easier for me as well. Just squircle around the corner. And bloop. And then everything was happy and thunderous. Really? Only 2 potatoes from that? You insult me, game. Does that satisfy? Is that a good farm? Did I farm good for the entertainment of the Jarl? And the thought also occurs that I'm going to need to put together a number of chests. An unspecified quantity of chests. Well... I do believe, yeah, I've got all of these spare logs. So I may as well turn them into wood. Because, yeah, no, we have plenty of spare samples. Is it annoying that I call them samples? I don't mean to be, like, anally scientific. Right. Just gonna fill this up, and then, like, I'm not gonna make them all into chests. I'm just gonna make as many as I need, and then withdraw thereafter. So, my thoughts are this. 2 for pumpkins, 2 for melons, 2 for carrots, 2 for potatoes which aren't present, 2 for wheat, 2 for wheat seeds, 2 for beets, 2 for beet seeds. Now, am I drawing a blank here? So, that's the 4 fields and the 2 extra that have spare. Yeah, I think that's everything. So, good. Now we have an arse monkey of chests. Now the question is, should I have the cache of food indoors or outdoors? I'm going to go with outdoors because leaving a chest outside carries no penalty whatsoever. And I think I'm gonna, like... I'm gonna utilize this grove, I think. Because then... Witness tessellating hexagons undergo town planning in real time. You'll have a lot of fun. I'm an entertainer. Why are you a path? Who invited you? Just... What is that, and why can I make it out of oxeye daisies? Okay, first of all, to sort of soup those away. Right then. This is a good... So on that note, if I turn here and... It's still a revelation to me that you can place, like, 3 chests next to each other like this, because back in my day, that was not a thing you could do. Believe it or not, that's a former impossibility in yonder Minecraft. See if this shovel will last long enough to build a path here. Just wait for that to clean up. Now, 4, 5, 6, 8. Do we have resources for 8 item frames? Because this is more or less how I built my system in my personal world. Minecraft is virtual Lego, but worse. I mean, you're not completely right, but you're not completely wrong. And that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, fuck it, you can never have too many sticks. So... Oh, perfect. 8 item frames. And some spare sticks. Great. Good. Awesome. Outstanding. Amazing. Just so we have a means of telling what goes in what thing. But, Hearty, if you hate it so much, why are you here? Thrilling gameplay, I know. Okay. I'm just watching that, like, playback happen on the stream deck behind me, and I just watched that happen in the background a second time. I saw my steady scroll from one side to the other, and it was slightly defibrillating, is what I'm attempting to say here, and it's barely coming out. Wheaty CDs, beaty CDs, which would mean that on this side... That's not what I meant to put there. Soup and carrots. So, corresponding side. Carrots there, and that will be potatoes when next we have a potato to put in there. I mean, on one hand, this is probably not very entertaining to watch, but at the same time, it could be considered like a try not to get satisfied challenge. Which Hearty is probably winning because he hates everything. Nobody loves me. Right, next step is to sort of cordon chest alley off, which... I mean, I could have put it a bit closer, I guess, but, you know, it's whatever. Ah, of course. Minceraft, StardewValley.com/pumpkins. That was just not a sentence! And then if I cannibalize the wall, this should bring us safely to the land of Haribo. I could use my axe, but why would I do that when I can do not that? Ah, we have not quite enough. Fantastic. What can do is, well, I don't need to put a torch there. And, oop. There. And there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces of fence. Which I could easily afford if I hadn't put these embellishments around the gate. And nothing was learned that day. So that would be, I think, just yay many. Just get you out of the way. Sure enough, that should be perfect. Why, thank you, Hearty. I spent years working on it. Just not recently. There was a hot second there where I legitimately thought I'd miscounted, and it was horrifying. And there we go. And we just sort of have 10 empty squares, which I would fill with daisy. Oh, I could. Whoop. Yes, darling flowers, you're coming with me. Whether you want to or not. Joke's on you, you're flowers. You are anatomically unable to give consent to such affairs. Beetroots. I swear, I'm not going to spend eternity doing this. Just, this is my grand project of the second. I'll go and do something more exciting once I've done this. Especially if someone else turns up and joins the game. Because, like, it used to be that Super Alex 641 was crazy enthusiastic about us having these Minecraft together evenings, and part of me thinks that he just lacks the cojones to come and play with us. But maybe that's just me making assumptions on his behalf, I do not know. Seeds. And beetroots. And I think the last main sort of court of Paul, that is to say we're going to take Paul to court, is to travy over the stuff from the other side to this side. Which I could probably... Oh, don't go giving myself ideas. I could set up a hopper chest system. I can do redstone. Redstone is something that I can do. I could set up a system. Doesn't mean I will, but I could. So that, like, if you grow something in this, like, miniature furniture out, if you grow something on this side of the farm, then you'd be able to put it in a minecart chest and send it over to the other side. Is what I'm imagining. I don't think I'd ever go through with it, but I hypothetically could. I have the resources available to me. Let's take all of those, which frees up more space for the chocolate seeds, the bamboo, and the chicken seeds. Take all of you. But the sweet berries can stay. And I am out of room already. That's fine. We can just... Shock horror. We can make multiple trips. And... I shall sleep first. Now, I've mentioned in private conversation just the way that my dog looks at me. Like, from that angle that you see from when lying in bed, it reminds me of something, and it's something that shouldn't be repeated in polite company. I'm not going to specify anything, like, with regards to more details there. Just be aware that it reminds me of something, and all I can do is think, oh no, why would you remind me of this? And that's my story of dog. Not a fan of dogs in real life, personally. Furries, sure, but puppos that get all up-ons in your business and defecate upon your personal space, it's like, nah, fam, don't want that. I don't want that. I didn't bring the melons because I didn't have room for them. I forgot to hold on to a potato to put in the potato frame. Oh no, everything's going cylindrical. On the plus side, I'm nearly done. I mean, dogs can be cute, but they could also, like dogs get, like, they set off everything in my social anxiety compendium. So, I just can't with them. But that's just me. I'm not saying you can't like them, I'm just, they do not get on with me. They get on more with me than I get on with them. Now, to organise this a bit better, I suppose. Speedily edible stuff along the bottom 2 rows. And then cactus and sugarcane, which... yeah. Put the apples probably there, because, like... we don't really have a way of reliably farming apples. I don't think that's a thing you can do. And just put the eggs along the top, I guess. And then the middle 2 rows for the cocoa beans. And bamboo along the bottom. Huzzah! Storage! And I think afraid of dogs isn't the right way of wording it in my case, which I know, like, that sounds like, oh, he was afraid, he doesn't have the balls to admit it. But it's not that, it's, like, as I said, it's more of a social anxiety thing, because, like, dogs and humans alike, if they get all up in my business, then, you know, it's just... I guess distressing is probably a better word. Because, like, dogs and some humans don't take, please leave me alone, I can't deal with all of this, like, all-up-ins at the moment. Like, they won't take that for an answer, and so it's just relentless, and thus unpleasant. That's my experience. You're allowed to have a different opinion. Now there's a thought for the chimney. Of any other random topics that y'all want me to give opinions on, because I can and will. And it's... where the fuck is the sun going down again already? It's a compulsion of mine. Every time I pass through one of my farms and I see that there's farmable stuff, I feel compelled to grab it, but for the sake of entertaining, I shan't. So, I'm just aware that those things are there, but no, our priority here is just stock transfer for the moment. Didn't bring any wheat, that's fine. Potatoes, we have none. Carrots, I am holding them. Which reminds me of a story from British sporting history, and I do not give a flying fipple about sport, but cricket, I know nothing about how it works. It's one of those sports that's even more boring to watch than it is to play, or vice versa. It's entertainment, like apostrophe NT in any case. But I know at some point in history, there was some sports commentator who was commentating on the sport, and it mentioned the people by name, or well, by surname. He was commentating on, you know, who was in which position on the field, and it just so happened that the surnames of, yeah, exactly, entertainment. It just so happened that the players' names lined up just so that the commentator ended up saying, and not realizing what he was saying until he had finished saying it, the bowler's holding the batsman's willy. Pause for laugh. but yeah, that was a thing that happened once. I think it was before my lifetime, but it happened. And just like that, the stream is age. Propoctled. I don't know. And I'm sure that just watching me punch my way through the side of a hill is probably very entertaining. An over-the-shoulder boulder holder. Of course, the feminine counterpart to the under-the-butt nut hut. But, why would I have an opinion about those? What do I look like, a member of the kids next door? Hello, everyone. I am excavating hexagons. See, I could just go back inside, build another shovel, and just continue. And yet here I am, here I be. Grabbing fistfuls of dirt and shoving them into my pockets. But exactly as I'd hoped, this stream is so much more chill than the A Hat in Time streams. And I'm not poo-pooing the A Hat in Time streams because I had fun. It's just... that was stressful. This is a different kind of entertaining funment time because it's a fun time that's quiet and relaxed and chill, but like Dilbert, but relaxed. You know, a system of lemurs that dispense the mix. And what I'm doing now is sort of building this into like a solid wall of dirt, just to like make sure that the height is such that you're not allowed to exist, you know? I just want to make sure you can't just jump onto the fence. I can escalate Mexicans and excavate whatever it was I said. Both of those things can coexist. If I... and... terraforming! It's about as fun to do as it is to watch. At least this means that we now have a reliable way in and out of this debatably hot spring. I mean, I don't see why it would be a hot spring, but, you know, it's here, and now it's totally lit, fam. Now, I haven't seen that, like, I've seen that video, I've not watched that video, I think is the best way of explaining it. Because the number of times, like, when that video was released, 4 separate people sent it to me in the same day, and I thought, right, Cassidy sent it to me the moment it was uploaded, basically saying, hey, people are gonna start sending you this. And I thought, right, I'm gonna make a concerted effort to not watch it then. And so that's where I am. Like, I already know that hexagons are the best. I am one. Or several. I still find it somewhat humorous that, like, of all my branding, my logo is one single hexagon. One hexagon can't tessellate by itself. I am aware of this irony. But if my logo was a bunch of hexagons, then it would look conclempulous and unpresent. Right. Pop that down there. And it probably is. Just, I don't know. I'm already, like, I already been new. Yeah, I thought so. That's fine. Like, that will never not be makeable, I suppose. Yeah, if you're willing to put yourself through grievous bodily harm, then yes, you could come in from the outside and throw yourself into the farm that way. Which is tragic, but that's just how it goes sometimes when you're trying to form a terror. Well, there's a stupid thought. If you manage one of those haunted house attractions and you're having to build one from scratch, is that terraforming? So there we go, that's relatively sorted. I mean, it's much uglier than it was before, but hey. I have no backup to saying that. I'll pop that there as well, just to make it adequately visually warm. Fleeble this out a little bit, just so that it looks less unintentional than it is. And soup, he says, throwing a piece of meat. Okay, there we go. We now have an farm. Are you not entertained? Huzzah. And now to stuff my face with meat. Now, how are my potatoes doing? They're alive. And I have a surplus of them. Excellent. Now, I promised I wouldn't do this, but I'm making an exception for the potatoes. Because what I want to do is, first of all, I saw a couple of them had gained their crazy hair status, which is how you know that they're ready to be harvested. Potatoes have crazy hair. That's like, that sounds like a mnemonic device for remembering something, but no, it's just... Not gonna spend the last one, because I'm gonna go and put it in a picture frame. Huzzah! And then later down the line, if we end up with more resources, we can just sort of stack them to the heavens. Stack them to the heavens! I can write a song called Stack them to the Heavens! So there we go. That's all sorted, apart from I forgot to drop the seeds off. Huzzah. And hey, you could even reach it from the outside. So with that all settled in and schlambled, I'll just reorganize my pockets and then invent the next adventure. So, put that away. Spare torches can live there for a house. And go back out here to put away the sugared cane. I used to go to school with a kid called Kane. I don't really have a follow-up to the story, it's just he was a kid, his name was Kane. And I'll put the hoe there. Now, what should my next objective realistically be? Bearing in mind, obviously, I'm going for nearly 2 hours, and as I said, I was going to stream for approximately 2 hours, depending on viewer turnout and interest. Nothing of particular haggis going on there. Because I'm thinking of taking a trip to the Nether, you see. Which is oftentimes a fantastically terrible idea. But you never know what you might find, so I suspect it may be worth my while. So, I'll put my bucket back. I'm not going to need an axe. I'll bring one spare sword. I'll leave my enchanted pickaxe here, and I'm wearing a gold helmet. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Netherlands. I have one too many pieces of stick. Why must the alpacas be so unpleasant? Soup, and pickaxe. Just to sort of have a backup. You know, to stake, have a pillory, and other references I have made in the past. So, I'll bring spare armor as well, because I am aware that some of my armor is on its way out. Right, I have food, I don't have any... I'll take the loose bits of gold we have, for bartering purposes. You'll see, you'll all see. So, for those who aren't familiar with this game, it's time to go to hell. And where did we put hell, you might ask? In a hole. So this hole has a story to it. This was my first sort of excavation. Like, when I spawned in at the start of this world. Like, I sort of huddled in a cave, and then went down the hill from the cave to find this hole, and then this hole I dug to the center of the earth. So, boop. One day, we'll have a few more of these booster rails, because, like, with this system, it's not faster than running. It picks up enough speed by the end that it's faster than running. And also, I put this sign here to remind people, wear gold, otherwise the piglins will attack. Could you not be on fire? Wear gold when going to the Nether. Because, like, you need to wear one item of gold on your person, or else the locals will attack you. Now, 7 and 29. 7 and minus 29, I should say. Because I never remember where the portal is. Well, ain't that the truth. I don't think I've been that way yet. Right, we're currently at 32. What ideally I would like to do is head to Like, I want to head into the Earth. And by Earth, I mean hell. Because if we get low enough, we should be able to find netherite. We don't... Good. We don't have any... I don't have any diamond weaponry just yet, so I won't be able to mine the netherite, but it would be good to at least find it for later use. So, I shall just dig a stairway to the center of the Earth and hope I don't hit upon a vein of lava. Because that's a very... Like, this is my current... What did I just say? Swear to Christmas. Yeah, because this is my sort of current project in my personal world as well. Is, trying to find netherite. Because I currently have 3 ingots of it to my name. Technically 4. But I use one of them to upgrade a pickaxe. See, hopefully what I'm hoping to do is to be able to dig past this. I'm not sure how possible that will be. Because I am determined to reach the core of the world. Well, not the core. I just want to get my Y value low enough that I can get to places without suffer. You know how it is. And at this point, it's just an instinct to build these paths too wide. Like, as in TWO wide, not like TOO wide. Although, depending on your opinion, you might think that TWO wide is TOO wide. And hopefully, by the time we get to the forwardsness where that lava is, we'll be beneath it. Or so I hope. Such are the joys of mining in hell. And I was saying, when last I was here with Super Alex 641, I don't like how digesty the nether sounds, because, like, it's already all fleshy and nasty. And then it has the nerve of making these digestion sounds at me as well, like, please, I do not enjoy levels of the womb. Could you not be lava? The audacity, honestly. You are just determined to be a lake of lava. I know it's foolish of me to try and change its nature like this. It's just... I'm just hoping I can... Well, okay, what if I just take it in a different direction? What if I slide to the right, y'all bridesmaids? Fuck it. And turns out this way is lava as well. Yep. Called it. It looks like all bodily interior-y, and I am so not down for those years. And in theory, I should be able to make this work. In practice, we are yet to discover. No, not there. There. There we go. See, I know it can be done. I can negotiate the soup. Right, we're currently at 24, so we need to get a little bit further, but mine from a distance. Or it may be your last. Ah, good, gravel, my favourite adversary. Just in case you thought you were going to mine just the regular amount of resources on this day. Now, I don't remember what the actual Y value we're aiming for is. I want to say it's... I think it's between 8 and 18? I'm going to take a step back just in case the gravel falls out and exposes a lava channel of some flavour. Like that, for instance. There we go. Plug that child. Don't plug the child, necessarily. Ah, good, it's dripping. It's like the good time garden up in here. Less of you, thank you. Ah, the exceptions we have to make when going down. Thought, don't think, ever. Thinking is forbidden. I mean, hey, we'd be getting to places. Now we're getting... Knock knock, or clop clop. It's the proto-Europeans with their horses. Now we're getting somewhere. I don't remember what the actual quote is, but you get the idea. Right. I think... a little bit further. Right, that should bring us out at 12. I think 12 is acceptable. So I'm not going to, like, actually pursue this right now. That was a good noise. I'm just going to, like, make sure that tunnel is there so that I know where to look when we have the resources to start mining for netherite. Because it's not as unabundant as it might first appear to be. Also, is it just me, or do the noises that ghasts make? It sounds like one of their cries sounds a bit like, hurt you, which is exactly what they do. That is their prerogative in life. Part of me wants to mine some of the gold nuggets that are around here, but I'm aware that that does piss off the locals, because that's how they store their gold. You can't just take it. And I also know that every single time we come into the nether, Alex sort of throws himself at these magma blocks, takes damage, and then falls into the soup and dies. So I'll use my resources to find a solution to this egg. Like, is it actually like, did they make cat sounds and then distort them, or is it cat-flavored sounds, or like what's you know, pancreas, what's the happenstance? He says, going silent as if expecting an out loud response. Hey there, piggy fresh friendo, you exist. There we go. Now, for once, Alex can come to the nether without instantly dying. He can die slowly, like the rest of us. On the in and out side. Yeah, that'll do. I could probably put like a wall around it as well or something, but nah, we good. We Gucci. But yeah, as previously bitched, like, it took us forever and a half just to find like is it pronounced basalt or basalt? Either way, one of those biomes. Because like, hang about. It's fucking Bastion right there. And we've never... Ah! That was a good sound. I suppose that would explain all of the piglins. Well, if we can just navigate over there somehow, which does not look particularly feasible, then we'll be able to conduct a raid there at some point. Not today, not tomorrow, but at some point, I'm sure. Oh! So there's quartz, but there's also gold, and if I mine the gold, that will anger them. So in order to avoid angering them accidentally, I'm just going to leave that quartz alone. And this is a good idea, .pancreas. My favorite file format. .pancreas. Okay, I just heard an Enderman. And I thought those only spawned in warped forests. And I would like a warped forest, if it's all the same to Yizzle, which is a cool way of saying you. And there's more quartz, which is honestly only really good for, like, breezing through your pickaxe durability and gaining you experience in the process. So at some point I should bring my golden spoon of mending here. Oh. Well, it's just, in my experience, they only tend to spawn in the warped forests. So I came all this way for comparatively little payoff. Tragic. Like tragic, but with extra letters. I'll just not look at you directly and we'll have a fantastic time. Or I could murder you, but that probably wouldn't be advisable. Giant holes in the ground. Did I mine those, or was a ghast here, or some combination of the two? The fire would indicate the latter. Is it option 1, option 2, both, or all 3? And I've lost the bastion. I think it's that way? I'm not looking at you. You're looking at you. I want to say it was over there, or was it... Wait, I've turned myself thousands of degrees. Okay, it is that way. Because the most logical thing to do would be to, like, navigate the whole way around and, like, enter from the top. The silly thing to do would be to build a bridge to it. Guess which one I'm more inclined to do? I mean, either way, it's not something I'd want to do by myself. I'd want to do it if I had other friends nearby. Stop taunting me with all this gold that I can get in perpetuity. Because I could go for it, but then the piglins would attack me for stealing their resources. Mushroom! I think I put that there when I ran out of inventory space when going on a recovery mission because Alex died somewhere and I went to retrieve his stuff. We don't always succeed in those endeavors, but on that particular occasion we did. And on more than one occasion, I've gotten so lost in this particular nether that I've been on the wrong side of a mountain, and I've had to, like... In having, like... In getting back, I've eaten my pickaxe, so I have to punch through the mountain by myself. When you say they won't attack, is that if you mine the gold nuggets, they won't attack you? Because I thought that was all piglins, regardless of zombification or nah. Because, like... I don't want to have to, like, fight off waves and waves of them when I'm all this way away from the portal, is the thing. Oh, there's a sentient one. I brought butter so I can trade with them. They sometimes give things that are worth my apostrophe while. Really? Because I know that the non-zombified ones care about gold enough to do these little bartering exchanges, but I was always operating under the assumption, sure, that, like, they still had the sort of inbuilt care and concern that, like, oh, they're stealing our gold. You took your time. Leather, good. Always need leather. We had plenty of leather back at the house. I ate 8 of it so that I could make those item frames. Because we need to build books to make bookcases. Ooh, crying obsidian. Classy. I'll just slide to the left. I'm not a bridesmaid. I was a maid of honor once. Hi. Oh, what? What did I get? Ooh, bricks. They're not that useful, but they're bricks. Put that on a t-shirt and market it to brick fandangos. I would have thought, though, that if I did something that angered the non-zombified ones, you would have thought that the zombified ones would sort of get all up in on that action. That's just what I would assume. But perhaps I was eggs, bacon, and mistaken. Oh, give me something fully worth my while, rather than just comparatively. I don't even remember what the loot tables are for these guys. Because we have spare gold, might as well do something with it. Yeah, this nether does not have a lot going for it. You have to travel 50 years in any given direction in order to find anything whatsoever. Oh. Don't want to go quite so abruptly down like that. I suppose it would be wise to bring, like, overworld building materials here and use netherrack and stuff for building on the overworld, just specifically so that, like, you can see clearly from a distance, I built something there. That must mean that I've been there, therefore I'm going to want to remember there. And yet here I am. So this wasn't a particularly fruitful journey, but it also wasn't without fruit. I built a safety. I've established a trade route for netherite extraction in the future. I've future-proofed the nether. And I believe my phone just exasperated at me again. Just around the corner is the portal, and I did explore off in that direction once, and there wasn't really anything to speak of around there, so fine, let's glow home. Oh. And at some point, Like, I committed to not building any rails of my own, just using what we find in mineshafts and stuff. I'll add a couple of extra sets of boosters to this track just to make it a bit more efficient, because it's not spectacularly efficient at the moment. And the advantage of putting stairs in your stairs is you can run up them and then be like, poop. I didn't poop very well, but you get the idea. Now, what bugs me about the Nether in Minecraft as it currently stands is that, like, if you go into the Nether and build a second Nether portal 10 blocks away from the first, then that'll take you, I want to say, 80 blocks in the overworld. But if you're... I'm not just Malta 2014, I'm also Iceland 2011. Okay, if you're in the overworld and you build 2 Nether portals, they both just drop you off in the same place. And that's frustrating, because what if I just want to find a different point of entry? But no, it doesn't allow. And so I cry, but only internally. And surprisingly, my armor is still intact, so I may as well put that back in the miscellany chest. Miscellany elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus. But that there, retrieve the water. So is that like an actual bug then, or is it just a random like piece of cheese? Because it wouldn't surprise me if it was deliberate. I'm not sure I'd agree with it being deliberate, but you know. Just admiring my work on the farm. I'm not going to, like, harvest a bunch of stuff. I just want to, you know, I want to fill out the potatoes. And we're so close. We have a load of spare bones. I could turn them into bone meal, but no, I want to... Blibble. And really what I should do is, like, strangle this backwards a little bit as well, so that there's less opportunity of just jumping in. But it's whatever, we have a farm now. I have a lobster now. So yeah, the story with these alpacas. On 2 separate occasions, we had a wandering villager merchant turn up. And he got caught inside the house while the alpacas were outside, which caused the leads to break, which then means that you can sit on them. And by doing that, I tamed all 4 of them. So when the villager despawned, the llamas did not. They also dropped their leads, so I thought, well, fine, we'll just sort of plop them down and tie them up, and so now we have alpacas. Because I feel like you're not supposed to be able to tame those, and yet here we are. Might as well harvest the cocoa beans while I'm here so they don't feel left out. I went on a very specific journey the other week to specifically get cocoa beans, jungle wood, a jungle sapling, bamboo, and melons. And why is it? Whenever I grow bamboo in Minecraft, it's always right next to something that it'll land on. Because that's so satisfying. Thank you, server, for saving the game. Anything like that just pops on its way up. So like that, scaffolding, chorus plants, which I've never seen in a survival game, but they exist. It just pops very vertically. Pop goes the butt plug. It shouldn't. You ever just speak without thinking? Because that's just my eternal existence. And everything I harvest goes in this chest. I should check on the chickens because they've not been de-egged in a while. Wow. There were just 11 eggs, 12 eggs just casually sitting here. You can't leave. None of you can leave. Leaving is expressly forbidden. And we only have the cows, like, on maximum breeding because we need leather. Every other animal we have, it's just there so that we can say we have them. As I said, I just like having everything that can be farmed. Because you know, it's just nice to know that anything you need, you can have. If that makes any sense whatever. Just living the dream of self-sufficiency. Peter! Ow, Peter! I do wish Heather was able to join us because she's spending 80 years not joining us. Because she could do, like, a disturbingly good, like, it's supposed to be Jet the Hawk from the Sonic Riders games. But it sort of sounds like both him and also Marge Simpson at the same time. Like, it's the same voice for both of them, and it's just accidentally perfect. Now, what that has to do with Lois Griffin, I could not tell you if you held a gun to my kneecap. And please don't hold guns to kneecaps. Just generally speaking, it's a bit rude. Just go up and over. The pigs are still levitating. Ha. I laugh at fall damage. Doesn't mean I don't feel it, but I still laugh at it. This is the perfect system. I could access it even when I'm not really there. Now, how are the potates doing? Am I obsessing over the potates? Perhaps a little bit. Just because they're the only field that is currently incomplete. Find the crazy hair. Extract the potates from beneath. And I think that should be enough to complete the field. We did it, fam. We have a farm of almost everything, apart from we don't have netherwort, because we don't really... Like, we don't have access to where it naturally grows, without going on a fantastic journey of overtime and space in the nether. So, that's a fun time. Like, for now, though, like, bearing in mind, I've been going for just over 2 hours. I don't want to, like, overdo it with these streams, and my throat is starting to hurt a little bit, because I've been... my back is aching from carrying this conversation. So, I am thinking about maybe wrapping it up. Does anyone have any objections to that? Because it's been nice, it's been chill, it's been real, it's been fun, and that was the whole point of this. And also, like, this is with a world that's already in progress, and there's also my personal world that's already in progress, but this will be... like, a good sort of judgment, I think, for like, consider it a feasibility study for whether, in theory, I could do some sort of Minecraft series on my channel in the future, like a dedicated, like, survival something, because I want to do, like, a Minecraft hardcore series, like Peanut Butter Gamer used to do. And I like, this server proves that that is a thing that can be done. It's just a matter of, like, you know, how do people feel about doing that? Why are the nuggets there? I don't remember how I had this chest laid out now. I think... wait. No. Gold, diamond, emerald, emerald. I had the coal here, that's why I'm confused. Yep. Add... Am I needlessly obsessive with the storage system? Maybe I am. What's it to you? But yeah, this has been fun. So, unless someone spontaneously materializes in the call in the next couple of seconds, then I think I shall call it something resembling an evening. Because, you know, it's been real. It's been fun. Fun times were had. And there's a bit of, like, there's a bit of TessHex lore that I sort of want to get to work on, sort of sideways of this. And it's probably not going to amount to anything. But there's something that I want to test out making behind the scenes. If nothing comes of it, then nothing comes of it. If something comes of it, then something does come of it. And for some reason, the website that hosts the server seems to think that the server's offline even though it isn't. There we go, I just had to refresh the page. There we go. I'll just need to power that down. I'll make a backup of the world save in a hot second, just like I do every time I go onto that world. And, yeah. This has been fun. And if you feel positively about Tess doing Minecraft things, then let me know. I want to do a hardcore series. It's, like, part of the matter is getting enough people that it won't just be over in 10 seconds. Because, and for one, as we saw in this stream, I could barely survive easy mode without being murdered by zombie children. Though, to be fair, I have more survivability than Alex does in these things, but that's just me, because he's a bit more reckless, and that's fine, that's also valid. But yeah, in theory, if we were to do a hardcore series, then I want to say that the cast would be me, SuperAlex641, Joth Ending, Europe Scalo 8, Heather on Stevia, and possibly a couple of my friends from the furry server. I would have to put out feelers, see what comes of that. I would love to do something like that, though. Like, it wouldn't be on the same level of production values as the Peanut Butter Gamer series. Someone unfollowed me during this stream. Tragic. But, yeah. I think it wouldn't look as spectacular as that, and there's also the thing of, like, getting everyone to record their point of view of it and, like, splicing it together so that it's interesting to watch, but I don't know. It's something that I want to look into doing. It's just getting it to happen. Because you ever feel like sometimes you're the only person who wants to get anything done? Because I hardly ever have an excuse to crack open the server that you just saw me playing on, because I keep saying on the Discord server attached to the Minecraft server, hey, is anyone around? I could boot it up, we could play together, and no one ever replies to me, and I feel so sad. But enough moping. I said I'm going to end the stream, so I shall hydrate such that I do not dehydrate, and call it a night. So, thank you for watching. As previously stated on several occasions, let me know if this was entertaining. As I said, very useful feasibility study for me. And see you next time for shoes and Beverly Cleary on a egg McMuffin. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm going to have a drink and have a nighttime. So, goodbye and have a nice life. And thank you for watching, Dino. You're the MVP for being here through the whole thing. Good night.